Coming up on MCTV this week, see the damages that were made to the Warren County History Museum due to an interior flood. This week starts now. Hello and welcome to MCTV this week. For Tate Heipel, I'm Lily Guillen. The new year greeted the Warren County History Museum with a massive flood on the first week of 2018. On Sunday, January 7th, some water pipes in the museum burst due to freezing temperatures. The next day, pest control discovered the leakage and called the museum director since he had been working from home that day.
Yeah, we're actually kind of lucky that this happened during the close time, during the off-season, because if it happened while we were open, we would have had to close about half of the museum to the public for a significant amount of time, and the entire museum for about a week to a week and a half.
The water had been running for about 18 hours, but the artifacts were able to be saved on time. The cleaning process took about a week, and now repairs need to be made to the drywall, flooring, and the ceiling from what used to be restrooms that will now be converted into a storage room.
This was something that we don't want to happen, a flood like this, but it's something that you always prepare for. You kind of expect inevitably something bad is going to happen. So luckily we were able to get a cleaning service out here quickly. Our board members and volunteers were great, and they really helped us a lot. And luckily none of the objects were damaged. That's my main concern.
The repairs are expected to be finished by the end of February, and the museum will reopen for the new season in April. Last Sunday, the Presbyterian House was full of creative minds as students participated in an erasure workshop during dinner and devotion. During the event, students could choose from a collection of old poems and writings found in the archives of the college's library. With these writings, students then crossed out and erased various words in the original text until they came up with something new. Those who attended the event were invited to submit their erasure poems to the college's annually published arts and literature magazine, The Coil.
Erasure poetry is like a good way to look at something that's already been made and make interesting transformations and tease out meanings that you might not have noticed the first time around.
The event was held by the Coil staff. And taking a look at some events on campus this week, there will be a Great Decisions lecture on Russia's foreign policy tonight at 7:30 p.m. in the Center for Science and Business. On Friday, ASAP will be hosting laser tag in the Huff Athletic Center at 7 p.m. And the annual Fellows and Scholarship Competition will be on Saturday starting at 8 a.m.
Coming up after the break, Fighting Scots basketball takes on Beloit. On Saturday, Fighting Scots women's basketball faced off against the Beloit Buccaneers. Monmouth quickly took the lead early in the first with 3-pointers from Yvonne Ornelas and Shane Smith. But the Bucks would push back well in the second quarter with Michaela Crisfalusi with an and one and 3 of her own, taking the lead late in the first half. The Scots continued in the second half, piling on the points with another 3-pointer by Shane Smith to keep the momentum rolling. Monmouth would eventually increase the margin to 8 at 66-58 with just over a minute to play, and then hit 6 of 8 free throws in the final 45 seconds to hang on for the win. Also on Saturday, the men's basketball team faced off against Beloit. Monmouth took an early lead as their offense moved the ball effectively, finding freshman DJ Swift for the 3-point basket. But Beloit was able to find success on the offensive end as well, as forward Tristan Shoup worked in the post for a layup. Later in the first half, Justin Batterton would hit Lamar Watson with the pass for an uncontested three-point shot to keep the Scots on top. Monmouth would go to the halftime break with a 35-27 lead. Coming out of the break, the Scots dominated as Will Jones would score on back-to-back drives to the basket. Even freshman Stefan Bobbitt would join in on the action with his fancy behind-the-back move for the layup. Monmouth would run all over Beloit in this one, winning by a final score of 86-62.
That was about the best our motions looked in a while as far as cuts are concerned, and things we've been working on in practice really translated to the game. We did a really good job tonight as far as, as a team, as a unit, as moving the ball. Everybody was involved. It was nice to get a win like that where everybody got a chance to see the floor too.
This Saturday, both the men's and women's team will travel to Wisconsin as they'll take on St. Norbert College. That's it for sports. Here's the rest of the scores from the week. That's it for MCTV. I'm Tate Heupel. Make sure to tune in next time for another great edition of MCTV This Week.
And I'm Lily Guillen, and you can also watch us on the web by going to monmouthcollege.edu/MCTV. See you next time.